Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Purple Raider Sitdown here on 91.1 WRMU. We are just moments away from kickoff at Memorial Stadium in Westerville, Ohio, as the Purple Raiders get set to take on the Otterbein Cardinals. But first, we are met with Lewis Berry, the senior defensive back for your Purple Raiders. And Lou, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine, ready to play.
Alrighty, Lou. Let's bring up the obvious. Obviously, looking at the play last week from John Carroll. This was the second time we saw you off a blitz on defense. You got in the backfield untouched. When you are in a moment like that, right before you get to Anthony Meglin to get the football, what is going through your mind?
I don't see him looking at me, try to catch him off guard, try to rip the ball out.
Just as simple as that?
Yeah, I mean, I always do that when I'm trying to make a tackle. If I feel like I can get him down easily, then I won't even go for the tackle. I'll just try to go for the strip. If it doesn't work, then I'll just bring him down and tackle him.
So take us through that moment. You come away with the football. There's nothing but green in front of you. You got your student section that you're running right into. The game is practically over at that point. What's running through your mind?
It was just like, what just happened? Did I really just take it from him? Am I really just running to the end zone? Is there really nobody around me? It was a pretty surreal moment. I couldn't really even appreciate what was going on because it was just so crazy to witness. But I was definitely grateful for it.
So, Lou, looking at the defense, it's truly started off where it left off in the national championship last season. Last week versus John Carroll, the defense held the Blue Streaks to 231 yards. How much does the defense's confidence grow knowing that even if the offense has off days like it did on Saturday, that you guys can step up and help win the ball game?
All right, well, I just believe it's a team sport. Whenever our offense isn't doing their best, then we have to pick them up. I see it was the other way around in the national semifinal game last year. We gave up 40 points, but our offense had our backs in that moment. They scored 43. So I think that's the beauty of playing a team sport. When one side's not getting it done, the other side has to step up.
Now, Lou, last question for you on the John Carroll game from last week. You have played against them now for 4 years. How much respect do you have for an opponent like them, and what have those 4 years been like playing JCU for you?
I have a tremendous amount of respect for them. I feel like the seniors, the 2015 year, kind of spoiled me. We beat them, I believe, 36-3 at their place, and I thought that was how it was always going to be. So, yeah, they spoiled me in that sense because since then it's been a dogfight 4-quarter game that's come down to the last play pretty much every game. So when we play them, they definitely get our attention, and we know that we have to fight even harder because they're going to give us everything they have.
Now, Lou, looking at this season for you, you were named one of the 5 captains on the team this year. How much did that honor mean to you to lead this team?
I feel like that's one of the biggest honors you can get because at a school like Mount Union, we have way more than 5 captains. We have a number of people that can lead at any given moment. And so I feel like even outside the 5 captains, we have people that step up and are vocal leaders and lead by example every day. So to be selected by your peers as one of the top 5 leaders, I feel like there's no recognition better than that.
So, Lou, for you, 2 Stag Bowls, 2 interceptions combined in those 2 games. Talk about your progression through your collegiate career from freshman year playing in Stag Bowl to your junior year last year playing in Stag. What have you seen in your progression on the field?
I would just say I've grown in a lot with experience. Definitely. My freshman year I was mainly a nickelback, and so I wasn't really there wasn't too much put on my shoulders. Whereas last year, definitely a starter and playing a lot more snaps. It's tougher to stay mentally in tune to the game for 80 snaps than it was to play like 10 plays. It's easy to play 10 plays hard, and that's how it was my freshman year. So now it's definitely just being a leader out there on the field. Now it's not like, oh, you're looking to other people. Now they're looking to you. And so have to be a leader on the field and definitely stay in tune for the duration of the game.
Now, let's take a look at that season, your junior year. 44 total tackles, 7 interceptions, and 7 pass breakups. That's 7 interceptions led the team. What was your focus coming into your junior season, and did you have any teammates, coaches that were able to push you to that next level to help out the ball club?
First, I'll answer the second part first. At Mount Union, you never get complacent. And no matter what the stats are, you know that there are people that come from nothing and end up being superstars, and then there are superstars that get humbled and go to playing JV. So I never take anything for granted, and the teammates you have around you always push you. So there's never any room for comfort. You know that people are coming for your spot, and so I feel like that definitely helps me to get the most out of myself every day. And then on game days, I would say now it's just about showcasing versatility. Last year I was mainly an outside corner, and so the coaches have helped me to increase my role. They've put me in the slot. So sometimes I'll cover the number 2 receiver. I'll cover guys in the slot, and sometimes I'm blitzing. So just a little more responsibility now. Just got to show that I can pick up on those things and do whatever it is that I'm called to do.
Now, Lou, last year when I had you on, I always like to bring this up with, obviously you're a dual sport athlete with track and field as well, along with football. And, we talked about your accomplishments last year, but looking at it now this year, OAC outdoor champion in the 100-meter, OAC indoor champion in the 60-meter, a 2-time All-American now, 9-time OAC event champion, 11-time All-OAC is your accomplishments now in track and field. Talk about your career with track and field here at Mount Union, and do you have any plans to pursue it as an Olympic type of event, trying to become an Olympic runner?
Well, just about the career, I think it's kind of been up and down. People probably will be surprised to hear that, but my freshman year, All-American, and that was definitely a high moment for me. I got injured the outdoor season. No, I didn't get injured the outdoor season, but I didn't place outdoor season. Then the following year, indoor, I made it to nationals again, but I fell short of finals by like a few hundredths of a second. And then outdoor, I got hurt right before nationals, so the sophomore season was a little shaky. I didn't get any All-American status that year, so that was kind of a down point. And then going into the junior year, able to finish second in the nation. That was definitely something I was really humbled by and thankful to be in that position. So it's been up and down, but the highs have definitely been worth it.
Now, Lou, looking back in the football and looking over the offseason for you, coming into your senior year, right beforehand you were able to meet up with D'Angelo, Justin, Jared Ruth over the summer to practice with them. Talked with D'Angelo and Justin last week about how much that meant for team chemistry with all you guys. What did that mean to you as far as team chemistry goes, getting able to meet with those guys over the offseason and train to get ready for this season?
Right. I think that was a big moment for us. We're here with each other 9 months out of the year with football, but we're in a laid-back environment, not really a structured setting, get to just do whatever we want. And for us to be able to come together, and Jared helped set that up, I feel like that was a great time for us to bond. We went out and had a lot of fun. And so I really think that is going to help us moving forward, and we know that we can count on each other in crunch time.
So, Lou, when playing the secondary position, you have teammates behind you in Austin White, Gabe Brown, Trevor Cox, and Malik Britt, a lot of talent there in the defensive back position. Does it take a little bit of the pressure off of you when you're dropping back in coverage and knowing that you have those talented guys around you?
I would say yes and no. Yes, because you know how talented they are. So if I do make a mistake, I know that they're going to have my back, but I also don't want to give up any passes or anything like that. So the talent in the OAC at the receiver position is top notch pretty much week to week, and so I have to bring my A game every week.
So, Lou, now let's turn our attention to another OAC opponent, the Otterbein Cardinals, that you're going to take on here today. They come in to this matchup with a 1-3 record. They've struggled coming into this season so far. What will the keys to success be for you guys against the Cardinals?
We pretty much focus on stopping the run first, so good run defensive efficiency. If we can get them behind the sticks, so second and long, third and long, those are the things that are going to make it easier for us. If we can just get pressure on the quarterback in those passing situations, that should be good for us. And then if we can win the turnover battle, I feel like we'll have a chance to pretty much win every game. And then we just got to tackle. I feel like last week we left a few tackles out there that can definitely change the game. You can go from a 4th and 1 to having a 4th and 4 if you just wrap up and tackle. So I think that's definitely going to be huge for us.
And scouting those Cardinals, Lou, is there anyone on particular on that offense that just stands out to you that you have to make sure that you shut down come today?
I would say 24. I believe he may either be a tailback or a slot back, but I've seen his quickness out in open field, and it definitely gets my attention. So I feel like they're talented all across the board. We got to make sure that we're fundamentally sound.
And Lou, last question for you, kind of a fun one here, and for the listeners, just to get to know the team a little bit more. Who is the biggest character that you guys have on the defense? One that you would say is the funniest, that kind of loosens you guys up at practice?
I I'll have to say Gabe Brown. You just never know. You never know what he's going to say or do, and so he keeps you on your toes. He's definitely a fun person to be around. He makes everybody laugh, so I feel like he's a good character to have around.
So your WRMU player of the game from last week against John Carroll, he gets ready to take on the Otterbein Cardinals. We're going to take a short break here on 91.1 WRMU. When we get back, we will have live coverage from Memorial Stadium in Otterbein. Keep it locked in here.